Welcome to everybody. Today we got special guest. He's not a basketball player. He was playing another type of sports. He's a soccer. His career was special. He won the silver medal in the European Championship. He played for Manchester City, Arsenal, Benevento in my country, Italy, and he played for Montreal. Today we got Bacary Sagna, my friend, and I hope you're gonna enjoy as much as I do. So let's get it. Bacary, welcome to Step Out Podcast. I'm so happy that you're here. When I came to Dubai, I never expect to have this type of episode. So I'm so happy to have you here. Welcome, my man.
Thank you. Well, this is Dubai. Dubai is surprising. And I never expected to be facing a basketball player, to be honest.
Oh my God.
I need to look up whenever I'm talking to you. It's a lot different.
When was it the first time that you came to our game? Like, what was it?
I believe it was the first game of season. Naturally, I'm not attracted. I was not attracted to basketball. I used to watch Come Flying With Me with my brothers when I was young. But I was upset because I was waiting patiently to play PlayStation and they were destroying my day. So I was not naturally attracted to basketball. I didn't understand the sport. I understood how to dribble and all of this, but I found it very sensitive, you know. I didn't support the fact that as soon as you touch a player, it was a foul. I didn't understand the intensity of the game. I was naturally brought up to football because I only had open field. We didn't have any basketball field around my house. So naturally, I was just looking at Michael Jordan, but it looks very far.
Yes.
So my friend Khalfan, the CEO of Sports Council, invited me to the game. Actually, he told me, look, we have a nice team now in Dubai and it's nice. I think you're going to like it. You should come. Naturally, I say yes, because I love sports in general, first of all. I respect any kind of sport because I know the efforts behind it. I know how much it is important for the athlete itself. I know the joy you can bring to people through sports. And for me, I was curious, honestly, to see it live. I played in MLS, so I assisted to NBA games. But this one you guys playing looks more intense, you know. The physical battle is intense. The speed of the game also, it seems to be fast. And the physicality, I was shocked, to be honest. I was shocked, and I'm loving it. I'm loving watching it, and I'm getting passionate. I never played, so don't ask me to start dribbling with my.
I can teach you.
I wish.
I can teach.
I wish we have to organize it.
Let's go.
We need to organize it because
go.
it's nice, you know. But I still think you guys crazy how you can manage to throw the ball in a small space like that.
and to look back, what was the thing that really impressed you about basketball when you start to see from very close, because it's different to the TV. Like,
well, it's very tactical.
Okay.
You know, you guys running on purpose in certain area of the pitch, you do blocks. I start seeing things because I like the analytic part of the game. I'm doing it naturally in football, and to see it in basketball, you have a lot of similarities, I found. Players on the ball are more technical, skillful, I want to say, and their vision is clear, you know. They are like number 10s. And then you have, I want to say, the defense. Whenever you're defending, tall players down the racket.
They protect the rim.
Yeah, in football we required tall center backs and strong physical center backs. So, and you need fast players going forward, you know, that can create a space and more creative. So it's very similar, and it's nice to see. When you start understanding the movement, you start seeing differently. You start trying, anticipating and seeing the space. Then you get into it, you know. And then you see when someone scores, it's like vibrating inside, you know. You start liking it. And honestly, I'm fully supporting you guys, and I love it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I'm happy that you start falling in love about basketball. Me, you know, as I told you when we met for coffee, I told you, I love soccer. I don't know why, but I love soccer.
Can you say football, please? Because soccer doesn't sound
Yes.
right.
So
No. It's football.
what you prefer?
Football. Yes, it's not soccer.
Can I say calcio, like in Italian way? Calcio.
It's calcio se vuoi. No soccer, please.
As for the fans, Bacary, he can talk very well in Italian, and for me, it's impressive. How many years you play in Italy?
I played 5 months.
Just 5 months, and he speak like he played for 3 years, 4 years.
I
Amazing.
played, but the thing is, I studied Spanish at school. So I was fluent. I am fluent in Spanish, and it's a Latin language: French, Spanish, Italian, same. And for me, Italian was always attractive because I think it's the most beautiful language. You guys singing at the same time. Ciao, you're very expressive.
Ciao, bella.
La mamma.
Pizza, pasta. This is the time that I came. Yes, every time. The time that I came to Dubai to play, everybody say like this. Hey, che cazzo, pasta, pizza.
I just start all doing this.
Che? Bacary. So, I don't know if you know, but in my podcast, I really like to share their story because there is a lot of people that they really like who follow Step Out podcast. They really like to hear about stories and about the guests. So I want to ask you how you find football, where you grew up. How was it to be in France in the 90s? Because, I don't want to go too much on political stuff because this is not the space to do it. But I want to know, on your perspective, how was it to grow up in the 90s in France? Because I know how was it in Italy. I want to see if it was the same back then in France.
Well, it was beautiful, to be honest. You had togetherness. We didn't need to call each other or organize play dates as is happening now, of course. The world has changed and it's sad because now we just need the ball to bring everyone together. Now it's about PlayStation, it's about social media, it's a different world. We just had the ball, and no matter where we were from, no matter your religion, no matter your skin color, just had the same target, and whoever was coming around was welcome. And most of the time we were playing next to my house, you had a park. So you have an open field, and we used to organize games. Bypassers, they were stopping. Can I play? Yes, of course, join. And then we always found a way. If we were right on numbers 11 against 11, we will always increase the size of the pitch to include someone. We will always adapt. Yeah. And this is the beauty of football and sports in general, because it brings people together. And when I started, my brothers were playing football naturally. I remember sometimes on Sunday morning, we used to organize in my compound basketball games, but that was too small. I was frustrated, I was trying to get, so I stick to football. And naturally, I started playing when I was 6. I didn't like at first going to training session because it's basics. You need to make the basics sustainable, being very comfortable with the ball. But for me, football was just playing around and passing, play games. I didn't understand what it was to face each other and make passing repetition. And, you've been through it. So I didn't like the first 2 weeks. My shoes were big. When you make a tracksuit and you put the socks on top of the tracksuit, yes, and on top of the tracksuit you put a short, you have no style. Those days. Yeah, I still remember. And the guys, they were making fun of me on top. But as soon as I scored, now they start respecting me. It was nice to see. And then slowly I always put the passion first. And naturally, I started understanding the game. But I was very in the analytic part when I was playing. Before the game, I will observe people, and I will observe especially defenders because I was striker. And as now most of the team are doing it, I started doing this very young. I understood that I needed to identify the weakest player, the slowest player. And then I was adapting. If he's the slowest, I was quite fast. I'm going to run in his back.
Since you was young?
Since I was young, yeah.
Study the game.
I was like, this one, he has style, he might be a good player. And he was good. Body language doesn't lie. Yeah. And on the other side, someone that is not fit, you see it directly. Someone that is not having the right body language, the right mentality, not focus. You can see, I could see, it was jumping to my face. I used to adapt.
Wow.
And because I was doing this, it worked quite well for me. And when I was 13, I got scouted with my first professional club. I went for 4 days. My dad didn't like it because regarding the school, it was not proper. Because, in France, you go academy, you stay there. It's like a mini prison. And then the teachers, they're coming on site. And then you stay there. So at 13, it was not ideal. I stayed home, but until I was 15, I only had one training session a week.
Only one?
Only one a week, yes.
And you still make it? Wow.
It's inside, what you have inside and how much you want it and how much you're eager to learn. You have to listen to advices. And I was listening every single details. I was, especially when I started joining the stronger players, I was just remaining quiet and I was shy also. So I used to watch everything, the body language, at which moments they're going forward, how they're defending. And I learned the most by sitting on the side. And actually, when I started professional also, I was lucky and blessed enough to have in front of me the best right back of the country.
That's
so for 1 year, I was traveling. Yes, of course, I wanted to play. You want to have your first minutes. I was not ready, clearly. In time, I realized I was not ready because you have to deal with pressure. It's a totally different world. But because I was sitting all the games, mainly against even Champions League, see atmosphere, you see like big players. Ian Robben, for example, who was playing against. I remember the description of the coach. He started telling us this guy is super fast, and I saw him running. I was like, I don't want to come in.
I'm not ready.
Keep me on the side. But I learned the most by watching players.
Okay.
By watching it and understanding how they play first.
You think in this era, kids in any sports, they got more advantage because with the YouTube, they can see everything. They can, like you, like let's say a young kid that he got 10, 11 years old. He can learn a lot about football because he got all this technology. You think he can help?
It does, surely. I'm not sure it's a good thing for them because it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. And when you look at the new generation, none of them have a long-lasting career. They play high, they have a hype because social media helps, because overall they have talent. But it's not about talent. Everyone needs to have basics in talent.
Gotcha.
It's about understanding the game, and not everyone can at a high pace. Some players, if I relate to football, some players like Messi, yes, he doesn't need to be young to start. He understood the game in a very young age. He understood the body positioning of defenders, and he was always going on the opposite way. He understood. He was smart. He is smart.
So for you was like more like, let's say about Messi, is more that he understand more than it's just talent. So it's not just talent.
He understands the body positioning mostly, the feet, the body language. If you're facing one way as a defender, if he pushes the ball on the other side, you're going to spend 1 second to adjust. And sometimes while you're adjusting, you will change again direction. So, yeah, it's smart. Neymar, of course, they have talent, but these guys are from the street. They didn't need any social media. They didn't need a tactical coach to teach them football. They learn on the street. And most of the time, players from the street, they're better players. They have inner quality that doesn't match any player from today. And it's sad, because I found the kids nowadays not patient. They want to be playing at 18. Yes, you have talent. It doesn't mean you're ready to play. Because you have players with experience that have been in the game, that have faced situations, that have dealt with pressure. And you can't buy experience. You have to go through it first, and then you're ready to play. And when from the minute you start, you don't stop. How many players today start their career? 1 year, 2 years. There's a hype. Oh, he's so good. And then disappear from the scene. And then they will say, oh, no, he has mental health. No, he was just not ready from the beginning. We thought it was ready.
They take excuses about mental health sometimes?
No, it's part of the game. Human being and athletes are human beings first.
Yes.
Sometimes they're going through a lot. Now you have social media, so people get access to you easily. There is bullying. There is things we didn't have. I will say, why do you have social media then? If you have social media, when it's working, you're taking selfie, you're showing off, you're dressing well, you're happy when you have nice comment.
Now you go deep.
It's true.
Now you go deep.
But from the minute you have social media, you need to expect to stick one day because,
Yes.
people sometimes are ungrateful. You can play 99 games perfectly. One mistake, especially for goalkeeper or defenders, one mistake or one chance missed by a striker, you go down in a split second.
Yes.
And if you're not ready mentally, it can hurt because you walk out on the street, people look at you away that you are nothing.
Yeah.
Overnight.
Going back, how you deal with the pressure when you was like young, when you realized that you was going to become a pro? How you deal with the pressure?
Me, I was
in that years.
I was lucky to start late. People would say, "Oh, you started professional at 20," but it was a blessing because from the minute I started, I didn't stop.
Oh,
if I started at 18, you're a kid. You're not ready.
Very young.
You only have few players that are able to deal with it. I was not able. If I'm honest with myself, I was not able to deal with this type of pressure at 18. And when I see young players, no matter the sport, starting at 18, 17,
you're young.
Sometimes 16.
You're younger.
I respect them a lot, because I would have never been able to do the same at the same age. No chance. So, yeah, it's a lot of work, but it depends also on the environment you're in.
Yes, a lot.
If you're surrounded with players that understand you and takes care of you and are patient, and if you have a coach supportive, then you deliver differently, You play without fear. But if you have a coach that look at you in a strange way, as soon as you make a mistake, you lose confidence. And when you play with confidence and without confidence, it changes everything. It changes your game. You're not taking advantage of it. You're not having the same type of play. You don't have any freedom.
Mm.
And to play, I guess you need freedom.
And you
right?
need to make also mistakes.
Yeah.
To get better.
Also, yeah.
Yeah. And for always in that age, because I like your answer, because and I can see and I can also hear that you really analyze everything. You like analyze, and I love it. And for what about with the agents, this and that, young players? You can share something. Was it back then?
You're lost. You don't understand life. You don't understand football. And if it's not for my dad, I would have probably made a lot of mistakes. And sometimes my dad was too much.
Mm.
I thought it was too much. He was inquiring KYC on every people that was approaching me. One agent, I was finding him nice, but obviously when you are like young, you don't understand this guy is just trying to play with
your
you.
money.
My dad, he gave them a hard time. Even if he liked someone, he will still make him wait 1 month before he signed the document.
I love it.
He wanted to sign, but he will wait. He'll play games to see how he was reacting, and he was not sure. He was calling the world just to have feedback and to make sure that my integrity come first. And thanks God. Thanks for him. I was surrounded in the right way. I'm worried for the kids now.
So he was the reason why you choose the right agents when you was really young?
I believe both of my parents. First of all, because of the education they gave me.
And what's your advice for, let's say, a young kid that maybe they don't have like parents that they are not really into it, like they don't really know, and maybe it's a choice of the young player. What's your advice?
I would say reach out to the one that made it. Reach out to the players. A player like
any
confident player will love helping a young player. He will take him as a little brother, out of respect. I'm sure if I contact any basketball player out of respect for me, he will do it. And if any player contact me out of respect for the game, I will be pleased to try and help. So sometimes the kids, they think it's not possible or it's not reachable, or maybe this player is confirmed. He will never give me time. It's actually opposite, because we've been through it.
Yeah. You know that I don't know about you back then, but now that I'm getting in the last 10 years of my career, I feel like, yes, it's like these young kids, young guys, they don't want to text you because they say, oh, I don't want to bother you. But no, I keep saying to them, you don't bother me. Please text me
Yes, of course.
when you need it. Because when I was young, I didn't do it. I didn't have that to text, hey, what's up? I got I wanna, what's your advice? I didn't have that,
Yeah.
you know. Now that you young kids, you have, use it.
They won't do it. They won't do it because they always think we are not reachable. It's sad because that will be the most useful things to do, you know, because there's no interest behind.
Yes.
Coming from other people, you don't know. Maybe they will try, except your parents.
Mm-hmm.
Your parents wish you well. The rest, you don't know. Your parents are the only person on this planet, generally, to wish you well.
Yes.
Thanks God when you have close friends, yes, of course. And I was lucky also to have
They were players?
Good friends. One, I went with my best friend, I went academy with.
Okay.
Till today, 25 years of friendship.
Amazing.
From day one. And he wished me well. He will do anything for me. And he's pleased, like he's living his career through me. He lived his career through me.
Wow.
And I know I can ask anything. He will be backing me up. And
Amazing.
same,
Yeah.
you know, other way around. Because we used to spend day and night together. We used to train together. We used to walk in town together. We used to everything, like going to school together.
Where was it, the academy?
I went academy at 15.
No, where?
In France.
In France.
Auxerre. It's called Auxerre.
Okay.
You know, you had Djibril Cissé,
Okay.
Philippe Mexes. I don't know if you know them.
No, of course. I told you I follow soccer. Yes.
You're impressed?
Yes.
Mexes, he played for AS Roma.
Yes.
And yeah, same. So you know how it is. You went to academy, no? The players become your family. You see more you see more often their face and you see your own family actually. Yeah. So at some point you need to find a way to find brotherhood. You cannot find in everyone, but if you find at least, you know it's real most of the time.
Wow. And after academy, how was your journey after the academy when you finish?
I got to sign professional unexpectedly because one defender got injured. So the last 25 minutes, my coach asked me to go and play right back. So I didn't complain. I went directly and I gave my best because for me, it was a task and I needed to help my team. So without complaining, I went. And then it was pride. You know, I have this guy, he's taking the ball, he's playing like, tuk, tuk, tuk. Start making movement like that. And I'm like,
not with me.
Not today. And then I was playing with courage. I cope. The differences I had with my courage and my desire of performing. And this is probably why I made it. Because I wanted to be the best out of the game. First of all, best of the team. And best at my position. And slowly I was patient. You can't go from 0 to 100. You're going to make mistake. I made mistake. But the most important is to learn from it, you know, and to be able to accept you made a mistake. So if you're on the bench, take it. And if you're on the bench because the coach put you on the bench, start complaining. You're on the bench for a reason. If you're good, he wants to win. You will be playing, no? So I was always honest with myself. And I was thinking, I'm on the bench. Okay, I'll work on my weaknesses. And I will show him that I deserve to play.
Wow. And how you work with your weaknesses? How was it the journey on work with? Because I like this because that's what I'm doing even with basketball. Because I think in the sports, if you're really good on your weaknesses, who's gonna stop you?
Yeah,
right.
I agree. I will relate to basketball. If you shoot 10 times and you miss half, what you're going to do? You're going to shoot more until it's becoming a habit. And you know exactly when to release the ball. You know exactly the degree where to release the ball. I'm telling you this because I've asked the question, how can they most of the time score when they shoot? When they're shooting, you far guys, and then they told me is they register the gesture.
And you, can I tell you this? As a basketball player, we already know when it's go in and we go out. Sometimes I say, this is already out. Yes. Sometimes I say, this is going for sure. Or maybe he goes out, but the release was so perfect that I know that he's going in. But most of the time, we know when he's gonna go in or not.
It's repetition.
Yes.
And if you want to progress at football, you just need to repeat. If you want to get better in passing, you face a wall and you make passes. And you're going to eat passes. You're going to make probably every month more than 10,000. And then you start understanding, oh, if I eat it this way, the ball is taking this way. This is how Cristiano Ronaldo started scoring this crazy free kicks, going down and curving and floating ball, because he probably had how many shots? 100,000? Until he realized, oh, actually, when I put my foot in that position, the ball is
repetition.
And then he worked on it.
It's the key.
So it's the same.
Yes.
I was learning on the positioning, playing the offside, because when you strike it, you don't know, you don't pay attention.
Yeah.
I just ask. I was like, at which moment do you go up? At which moment do you go down? So they told me when there is no pressure on the ball, it's a danger because they can adjust the pass. So I was like looking, oh, no pressure, reading the body language because you need to prepare the ball. You cannot run and suddenly make the pass.
Yeah.
As soon as you push the ball once and you start taking positioning, you know something's going to happen. So you start anticipating. It's body language reading. It's not sports.
Yeah.
You analyzing again the body language to understand. Someone that wants to run out of nowhere, flat feet, it's impossible technically for any human being. So me, when I was facing a winger, as soon as he take a step, I know he wants to go. And I never stick to him. If I run against Bell, which is super fast, I don't stick to him.
Who was the toughest to guard?
Messi.
Can you share?
Go on YouTube, you will see.
No, I want to hear from your word. How was it to guard Messi?
I'll be like...
was his prime when you guard him?
Messi is... Honestly, because he understands. He understands the defender. He understands the ball. He knows how to keep the proximity of the ball. But he understands the body language of the defender. That's why you see him making slalom in between. Because if you see one running this way, he will go this way. If you see you want to stop, he will start running. If you see you start running, he will stop. He will do everything on the opposite way.
Oh.
And then you can't read him because you never know what to expect. Neymar is the same. Neymar, you never know what to do. And the first action, actually, one time he will run into the space. Second time he will make a 1-2 and go into the space. Third time he will make a 1-2, but he will pace the pass. So before the pass reaches the player, he will ask and change direction again. So as a right back, you anticipate the space. But before you receive the ball, he will run and change again. So you will understand you have to leave the ball inside. And it's just horrible. But he's smart, you know? And I always tell my son when he plays, you have to be unpredictable. The first action, get the defender confused because I know. And you don't want to face this type of players because it's the worst. When you can read players, it's easier things to do. Especially left-footed players, they always go down the line. Most of the time. So if they pretend to play with you, stay inside and wait. And at some point, they made the mistakes. They push the ball on the left. This is when you have to go.
And another question that I'm really curious. What about... how was it playing in UK, like the league? Because in my eyes, I see the difference between Italy and UK. But I wanna hear from your perspective.
To play in UK, honestly, you have to be an athlete, not only a good football player, which is the case in Italy. In Italy, technically, the team is good. It's slow. They read the game. Tactically, they're good. You know, they're moving well. In UK, you have to be a sprinter, you have to be an analyst, and you have to be ready physically because games never stops. When you play, especially when you play for teams like Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City, Man United, because it's an exposure for all the players. Every single game is like you're never tired, and especially when they play you, they start playing like Barcelona tiki-taka football. Yes, because it's a way to be scouted and maybe signed for the club. So the intensity of the games were crazy, and you didn't have any small teams. In every single team, you had amazing players and sprinters. The guys, they run below 5 seconds, 40 meters. I don't know if you realize. Yes.
No, I realize. Yeah, of course.
Each winger below 5 seconds, 40 meters. So if you're slow, you're gonna have a token. You have to be ready physically and also with the amount of competitions now. Champions League, FA Cup, League Cup, Premier League. Sometimes you play actually every 3 days. You know, you guys do the same. So it's different sport, but the intensity is much
pretty high.
Yes,
very high. Yeah.
It's high.
Damn. How many years you played there?
I was with Arsenal for 7 years, and then I went to Manchester City for 3 years. 2 different environments. Arsenal, at 24, I was one of the eldest players. Some of the kids, they were 19, 18, 20, 21. Most
so
of
you
them.
go ready.
Yeah, but these kids, they were ready already. Yes. They played with no fear. It's like they play in the garden. I think the coach also helped a lot. Arsène Wenger.
Yes. How was it to play for him?
Nice. It was not, people would say, oh, yeah, Arsenal. And it was like going to a local team. We reach, everyone is friendly. It's like a family, and we have breakfast, nice, it's smiley. We concede the goal, we get into the dressing room. It's like, it's okay, guys. We'll come back. Be patient. Keep playing. We are just always positive. And you know how powerful he was. He transformed us.
I remember.
Because even when we losing, let's say we're losing 1-0 halftime, sometimes you're like, oh, we only have 45 minutes to come back. And it's hard because we're not into the game. We're losing duels with. He will say, no, guys, be patient. Don't concede and we'll come back.
So his communication was more in psychology way?
Yes.
More than do this, do that.
100%.
Nice. I love like this.
You know, before Champions League games, what do you do today when you have a game? You do analysis video, no?
Yes, a lot.
You know, this guy is, you know what we used to do? Is to sit, we put a tape of the team we're going to play against, 15 minutes of the last game, and then say, okay, we switch off the TV. Let's go.
So he show you just the game.
We sit and we watch 15 first minute of the last game. And then we're watching. And then I'm like, he didn't want us to focus on them because he knew we had enough quality to play our way and make it difficult for the other team. So he wanted us to focus on how we played. And most of the time it worked. It didn't work up against Barcelona. I think we should have played a different way.
Okay.
Because Barcelona is used high pressure and we were young, you know. We always want to play nice football.
Where Ronaldinho was there?
No. Thanks, Scott.
Okay.
This guy. Ronaldinho is difficult. But Messi was like the winning team from Champions League. Messi, Abidal, Piqué.
They dominate that year. Oh my God. They dominate.
They were so confident.
Yes.
And they had the game plan. They lose the ball for 5 seconds. They are like lions. They jump on you. This is when you need it to adapt. So if they're pressing, you have space at the back. It's logic. But we used to try and play from the back. So one more time is analysis. So if you don't have the maturity, because we were young, to understand, you need to adapt. None of us at 20, 21, 23, were smart enough to think about, hey guys, let's adapt to them. What are they doing? We do opposite. They're pressing us, we play long. They don't press us, we play short. But we didn't have the enough maturity to do that.
Mm.
And when obviously you go to Barcelona, you have 100,000 people. It's noisy.
Yes.
And then every time they attack, it's like...
yes. They do one skill, one good thing.
I remember once Messi scored 4 goals. I swear. I was like, this guy, man. First of all, you're thinking how? 4 goals in Champions League. And then 70th minute, you look at the clock. You still have 25 minutes to go. And the environment is different. It's hot on the pitch. It's Spain.
Yes.
So we're coming from England, 17 degrees. You're there, it's 28.
Yes. So you feel it, the different temperature?
Directly.
We feel us as a basketball player. Yeah. And yes, because some places are colder. Some places they don't have money to pay the heat. So yes, we feel so. I can imagine you guys like...
Listen.
And you play you play in UK.
You feel, that time is sunny. Mm-hmm. So the ground is getting the sun, the heat. So you step on the pitch, you feel the heat, like in Dubai when it's hot.
Okay.
You feel the heat coming up like that. Mm-hmm. But you're losing 10 degrees just like that. Yes. People will say, but it's just... And it happened to us when we play Real Madrid. We played Real Madrid, semi-final of Champions League. Mm-hmm. We were down. No power, 10 minutes, you have white mouse and stuff, and dry short. It was like, what's happening? Then I asked, guys, was it hot? Or they told me, it's crazy. And it had an impact on the way we played. We're not fresh at all. They were running because they're in Spain. But we went from 13 to 27 like that.
Yes.
And it played a big part on the way we played. And we were flat and, it's not an excuse.
But the effect, a little bit, you can deny that. You can deny it.
Even you, when you go right, left, if it's not fresh enough,
of course,
you must feel it.
Yeah. But then, as an athlete, you gotta these things. Okay, it's cold. The ball is terrible. The ball doesn't dribble. Okay, go fight. Give your everything you got, and then in the end of the game, let's look up, and if you give everything, okay. But everybody got his own issues, but so I like this part about Arsenal because 7 years is a lot. Like it's not a common thing to play in a big club as Arsenal. So, and what's the best thing that Arsène Wenger, right?
Yeah.
Gives you while you was there?
He was to us like a dad. He was to us like a big brother also. He was like our psychologist. Mm. We could trust him 100%. He had our back. No matter what happened, he never came out on the press and destroyed us. He was always our side. And he had to deal with things. It was always in the dressing room. He was never giving an interview under the heat of the game. He was calm. Every morning he used to step into the dressing room and shake our hands. Sometimes he will speak about Rafael Nadal that played a big final and that was strong mentally to be able to stay in this game. So he will just sit and will speak about psychology of the game and as an athlete, how you have to be strong. Mm-hmm. He was and he is a really sport lover. And when you have someone like that, you're not afraid, because you feel free to play and
protect.
Yeah, honestly. And personally also, it was important to me because, I lost my brother in 2008.
Yes.
Maybe it was 6 months, 7 months after joining Arsenal. And we had a Champions League game. So it happened probably February. A week after, on Wednesday, we had a Champions League game. So I remember coming home, he called me And then he was like really supportive, and he was like, look, I want you to know that the whole club is behind you. It's your call. We have a game next week. Obviously, you're not going to play this weekend, but it's you and your reaction and how much you can take it. Everyone is different. Lilian Thuram lost his brother. He played. He gave me the example of another player, I think. And then it was like, no matter what, we are with you. And that made me feel good, I was like, you know what? Even if I go back, I'm surrounded. Mm-hmm. And it's really important because it's a deep moment, especially when you see your family in a way. And I reacted totally differently. I shut myself down. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, why am I not crying as much as they are? Am I normal? Because for me, you lost.
I agree.
Because I never expected to lose a member of my family. When I was young, it was my biggest fear. My parents, they were going to the supermarket. I used to stand by the window, put my hand on the heat, and just look at them. For 1 hour, I was waiting. I had that fear of losing someone from my family. And when it happened, first of all, I was in shock. Mm. And then I stopped talking. People were talking to me. I was like, I didn't feel talking. I needed my own moment,
Yes.
But I didn't understand why I didn't react as everyone. Of course, I was very sad. And for me, it was crazy. But I took it a different way. Probably because I went to the academy. And, when you go to academy, you have to put this kind of dome around you.
Yes. Like a mask. Yeah.
So I went back to London and I played 1 week later, and it was fine. And I had the support from all the people at the club still today. I'm very close from people at the club. It's a really, really, really nice club. It's a family club.
Amazing. Yeah, I saw a couple of weeks ago. No, last week they won an amazing game in Champions League. Amazing goals.
Listen, people keep saying they can qualify. Yes, they can.
Shut down. Amazing.
They keep saying Real Madrid can qualify. Yes, technically. But please, hopefully tomorrow we're going to have
let's see.
How we say, fuka.
Yes, let's see. Amazing. I really like how you talk about your experience in Arsenal, because as an athlete, I know how it is to be in one place for a long time, and fans, I think they just think about that you as a player, but they don't think about you as a man. And I think there you really grew up as a man. Thanks Wenger, thanks the club, that they had the confidence, and they was surround you, and they also understand you as a young guy. We gotta stay close to him because you never know. And let's move to your national team experience. How was it playing at home?
I didn't like playing for national team for I think 7 years.
Why you didn't like?
The adversity. I came to a period where the old generation left. We had many issues in France. We had a crisis in France 2009. I reached the national team 2007. And then it was a mix of emotions with people being upset. And of course, obviously, football players were earning money. We were called arrogant. The press was not easy with us, because as soon as you lose one game in the national team, is end of the world. They're very critical. But what bothers me, it was directed. It was not just objective criticism. They used to make fun of my hair. They used to make fun of another player's size. They used to make fun of everything. Really? They didn't have limit. Yeah. So obviously, when you go and play games with national team, we all travel together. So we get into the plane. 5 minutes, they're walking past you. So they were talking like you as if you were nothing, going far in words, and suddenly they're sitting behind you. And on top of this, when you're traveling, some of the players, they play Nintendo DS, so fun. And football is different sport.
Yes.
It's not like basketball. You guys have fun. You have music, it's a vibe, and you dress up differently, stylish. you're scoring, you can go on a side and do like a dance. And football, you can't do that. Can't do that. If you do it, people will say you're disrespectful, or they will say, oh, he's not focused. And they start telling we are not focused because some players were playing Nintendo DS the day before the game, not even the day of the game.
Oh my God. So you tell, oh my God.
And then
Nintendo DS?
And then the federation didn't protect us. So the PR team should have stepped up and tell them, look, guys, we want the same thing. You're flying with us, so we are one. You can't do that. And if you keep doing it, you're out. But no, it's escalated until we went to the World Cup in South Africa. Then it went nuts. Remember, we had to stay on the bus to defend our rights, and yes, because we could not make ourselves understand. Everything was organized. We went to a township in South Africa during the World Cup. We reached there and we see like a setup of stand and mics, and we see journalists. Are we going on representation, or are we really going and see the kids? They organized a game for the kids, and the kids were barefoot, cold. It was winter time, and it was a big misunderstanding.
Okay.
You understand? And it's the worst when you have a misunderstanding in the squad. It's a big problem. We should have sorted the problem before, because it was not a bad way, but they were thinking that by being nice with the journalists, they will protect us. While it was actually giving them power against us. And then they were freedom of speech. So until we had big problems. So the vibe was very negative. Very negative. And they start complaining in France about the hotel we stayed in, saying it's too much.
Wow.
While in a competition, the FIFA booked the hotel for players.
Yes.
For the teams. And we were just the first one to step and book the hotel we stayed in. It was the best hotel but then it was mixed up. People start complaining. It's a crisis. Why are they going to this type of hotels? Damn. Why are they flying private? Why is this? Why that? Why are they earning bonuses?
No, I understand.
It should be a pleasure for them to play with the national team. Yes, it's a pleasure, but there's a system. We're playing World Cup. France is getting some fund for qualifying for the World Cup. Some of those funds, because we're generating sponsors,
Yeah.
But then if we touch a bit, it's a big problem. So we couldn't win. And obviously someone that works really hard and earn a bit, I can understand that in a way it's not fair. Some of the jobs like doctor is much more.
You cannot compare.
You understand?
You cannot compare. How many people watch games?
Yeah.
You cannot.
We understand it.
Yes, I know.
But people, you can explain this, they will never understand.
No.
Because they will not relate. They won't understand
the
system. You have to be
inside
to understand how it is. You have to be in it. And an athlete, when you see, I give you an example. When I watch you or I watch NBA, I see them like doing show and LeBron James doing like, I'm like, what is he doing? He has a game. He's not focused. But it's part of the sport.
Yes.
You understand?
It's a part to get focus.
And then all of you get this checkup.
Yes. It's a part to get focus. Everything is, I think, is a part to get in the game,
Yeah.
Sometimes, even if you see me, I do some stuff. What the fuck is doing this guy? He's weird. But it gives me more, energy, positive energy, to...
At the end of the day, you should be able to get ready the way you want.
Yes.
I personally needed music. I remain calm.
Yeah.
At some point, we could not even listen to music.
Wow.
Because if we had the music
too far.
or the headphones,
yeah, this is very far.
We had to put the headphones in a plastic bag before we got on the bus, because they complained that we were not listening to them supporting us. So before you reach, you have a game. You put headphones, you walk, and then you see a plastic bag, you take it, and then you walk.
So everything you do was
against us,
against fans. You're not focused.
It was difficult.
Yeah, it was very difficult.
Until 2012, from 2007, I wasted time, and it bothers me because, of course, I'm very proud. the summum of a career, being defending your country. We are like soldiers of the country.
Damn.
You know? But in a way, I got disappointed. I was like, oh, is it? It was a dream I had of this, to have this vibe. I felt like I was not really, really expecting this at first. And I was like, oh, it's so overrated.
Yes.
Until it changed. Because we went so down that it could only go better. And then we started from zero again. We built up. We went to the World Cup in Brazil. We did well. Got to final against Germany that won the World Cup.
Yeah.
We played the Euro in France. We played the final against Portugal. Yeah. We won all the games except the final. But Portugal showed the right value on the pitch. They were together. Yeah. To the extreme. Yeah. So they deserved it. Yeah. They deserve. You have to be fair play. They deserved it. Yeah. We had many chances. We should have scored. We should have won the game, but I think they deserve as much as we did.
It's the sports.
It's part of the. But behind it, they went to the World Cup and they won. So now I'm glad to see the team back to its best, because if you look at the team,
it's fun to watch. I think the final against Argentina was one of the best games I've ever seen. I think. I don't know. I'm not expert, but I was like, wow.
Intensity that day was
everything. Crazy. Intensity, technical.
But imagine you have to play the World Cup. You have 2.5 billion people watching.
Whew. That's the reason. Yeah.
It's power of football. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is. It is.
If you go to any country, no matter where you fly, what you see on the side is football, people playing football.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Now people playing paddle. No matter where you go, is paddle. So maybe one day you're going to have 1 billion people watching paddle. Surely.
No.
Surely.
No.
Everyone plays paddle.
Who plays paddle, but no.
Everyone plays paddle.
I know, but
people are sitting and watching tournaments. The world is changing.
Okay.
See?
If this happen, I buy a great watch for you.
No, I want to see, honestly, I want to see you having your proper arena, and like in US, because it's a show, you know, when you come, you have like, you're like, you're on the side, you guys playing here like hip hop, that's is dancing, and this show, I like, I'll start filming.
Let's see next year. Next year it's gonna be interest. Next year you're gonna see very interest game. I hope. I
came against Big Red. Oof.
You didn't see nothing yet. You're gonna see better.
Okay.
You're gonna see, inshallah.
Good. Inshallah.
Before ending this beautiful episode, Bacary, I want to ask you if you can share a couple words for, I don't know, young kids that watching you.
Just believe. If you have the belief, you can achieve anything. Honestly, everyone has his way of reaching the top. Some will go through the normal way, normal development. Some will, like me, will use another way, but they should believe. But they should be respectful. So they should respect, first of all, I keep saying their parents, because the blessing comes from the parents, to have a work ethic and a discipline. It's tough. You're going to have to suffer. When it's difficult, this is probably when you have to work even harder. No one likes running. But you need to develop love for things you don't like doing, to understand how it is. I didn't like running, but no matter what we had to do, I was always trying to give my best, 100%. I don't like defending. You know, when you go training and you have this attack defense.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you defend and then again, okay, to attack up again, and they give the ball back to the strikers. And then you defend, and then strikers again. So at some point, you take it personal. You start thinking, okay, guys, now they want to have fun. They want to give us like defending. Okay, they don't score. You take it as a challenge. Nice. So you need to challenge yourself.
I love it.
Little challenge.
I love it.
But before you realize, you will progress. So the kids, and also no matter where you are, you should be able to do it. You from Italy, I will never expect basketball Italian player playing high level basketball. Because I'm thinking Italy is football. But if you have a will, you can reach anything.
Do it.
You know?
I agree.
Today you have American players in Dubai basketball. Never ever I will think American players will be here in Dubai.
Yes.
So the world is changing. And they are good players. You guys are honestly, you giving, I think, love to basketball to people. So you should observe people and try to reproduce, no matter the sport you're doing. No matter, go for it. Barcelona, they managed to find Messi in Argentina.
Yeah.
So why can't someone find you in Dubai?
Inshallah. Bacary.
Piacere.
È un piacere mio. È un piacere
grande.
Merci beaucoup. Bacary, thank you so much. Beautiful episode. And hope you enjoy. Let's get it. Thank you so much, brother.